guys, welcome back to Southern Mud Pottery on the Homestead. And in today's video, we're going to be doing some freezer cooking. Now, I have a ton of eggs. Our chickens have been laying eggs like crazy, so we have a ton of eggs. And then here a while back, I was able to buy some store-bought sausage in bulk. So those have been in my freezer. They've been taking up a lot of space. So we're going to cook some of that sausage up. We're going to cook these eggs. And then I've had these peppers in the freezer from last year that need to be done away with before we start getting peppers for this year. And we're gonna make all those ingredients. We're gonna do some freezer burritos. So I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do those, and we're gonna make them up, put them in Ziploc bags, put them in the freezer, and that way we can pull them out and use them for breakfast. They'll be just quick, easy breakfast to put in the microwave and warm up, or put them in the oven and warm them up in the oven. But I just thought that would be a good way to utilize some of the ingredients and save on groceries. Okay, so I ended up having to put them in the microwave for just a little bit on defrost mode because they were so frozen I could not cut them. Now you could probably put these in a food processor and get them chopped up better than this, but we're just going to chop them up real quickly. Okay, now that we have our peppers chopped up, we're gonna just go ahead and cook this sausage up. And this is a skillet that we had used for breakfast, so I'm just not even gonna clean it because we cooked breakfast in it, so. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this sausage chopped up with the meat chopper. And then once it gets cooked down a good bit, then I'll add my peppers because I don't want my peppers to burn. But while this is doing, I'll go ahead and start cracking the eggs and get the eggs going in over here in this. A little bit of milk. You can use heavy cream, whipping cream, milk, whatever you want to add to it. Salt. Pepper. I'm going to add some butter. Now, one of the things that I'm going to be doing in upcoming videos, we're going to be doing cooking. We're going to be cleaning out the freezers, and I told y'all that in the last video that I posted, that we're trying to clean out the freezers, do some meals, and trying to change the way we buy our groceries. So we're not big grocery shoppers. I'm not one that you'll see pushing like piles and piles of stuff through the grocery store, like cookies and chips and all this snack cake things like Pop-Tarts and all that kind of stuff. We don't buy groceries like that. Normally when I go to the grocery store, I'm getting my staple items. I will pick up like a few every now and then chocolate chip cookies. Brody likes muffins and little things like that. He likes corn tortilla chips over any other kind of chips. So every once in a while you'll see us getting that. And we do eat a lot of corn tortilla chips because we make a lot of homemade tacos and burritos and stuff like that, and we'll eat those with that. But I'm trying to change, like, we do canning every year. We put up lots and lots of canned goods. I can corn, I can tomatoes, I can tomato sauce. But sometimes I will find myself when I'm in the grocery store grabbing a thing of tomato sauce off the shelf, or buying Rotel, corn, stuff like that we have here. We have corn in the freezer, but sometimes it's just easier, we think, to grab it off the store shelf. We're gonna be cooking straight from our pantry from now to summertime. When summertime gets here, we'll start cooking out of the garden. But for the next month or so, we're just going to be utilizing what we have in our pantry. We've got meat in the freezer. You know, I may go and buy like some chicken, and we'll keep milk balled up and butter and things like that, like our staples. We'll keep going to the grocery store and buying that kind of stuff. Beans, I have tons of dry beans. I can be canning and making my own canned beans, and it's very simple. It's just taking the time out to go ahead and prep and prepare that stuff. Eggs are done. We're just going to dump them into this bowl that our chopped peppers are in, because we're just going to wind up combining all of this together when it's ready, and that way they can be cooling in this pan. We're going to pour our sausage in with our eggs. And then we're going to add some cheese, because cheese makes everything better. Okay guys, we are back over here at the stove again. While we're waiting on our burrito mixture to cool down so that we can wrap our burritos up without them sweating, we're gonna go ahead and start on our freeze ahead chocolate chip cookies. Now the recipe that I'm using is from Miss Kay's cookbook, and it says it is out of the Betty Crocker cookbook, but she calls it Grandma's chocolate chip cookies, and she said that it makes 48 cookies. We're gonna go by this recipe and just make 48, and we'll eat some, leave some out, and we'll put some, bag it up, the dough, and put it in the freezer. So we got our 2 sticks of butter right here. And this needs to be softened just a little more. The other one was sitting out longer than this one. Okay. And okay. White sugar. Okay, and then it says 1 large egg. I have smaller eggs, so I'm gonna do 2 smaller eggs. We're gonna mix this and give it a good mix. It says 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. All right, then we got to have 1 teaspoon of baking soda. So we're gonna add our teaspoon of baking soda. We gotta have, it says, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay. And then we've got to have, you can put, it calls for chopped pecans. I'm not gonna use chopped pecans today because Brody's gonna be eating these. And I really don't like him eating pecans right now. So we're gonna omit that. We're just gonna use the chocolate chips. And in some of them, I'm gonna put some M&Ms in some of them. Right now, we're gonna mix all of our dry ingredients together real good, and then we're going to mix it into our wet ingredients. I'm just gonna kind of stir it up with my hands real good. Salt, we did all that. Add to the butter mixture and stir. The dough will be stiff. By hand, stir in the nuts and chocolate chips. So we're not going to use our mixer to stir in the nuts and chocolate chips. But I'm going to do this a little bit at a time. That way it doesn't make it so tough on my mixer. Add a little bit of chocolate chips, not a whole lot, because I'm going to add some of these colorful M&Ms that I've had. I've had these in the pantry for a long time, so we're going to add these. I make homemade chocolate chips cookies a lot, but I had another recipe that I've been using that's real good too. But I saw this one and I wanted to try Miss Kay's. And I don't have a cookie scoop, so we're just going to use a spoon. I'm trying to make sure you can see. Brody and Justin are fishing right now. Today's Saturday, so they took the boat down to the creek fishing. So I'm just going to do ball sizes about this big. I'm gonna go ahead and put these in here and bake up this batch. And I didn't realize I had something in there. But anyways, it didn't burn. It didn't melt anything. All right, y'all, we're gonna get these burritos wrapped up. I'm just gonna refreeze these in this bag because we'll probably eat these pretty quickly because we're not making just a huge batch. So they'll be fine in this bag. Okay, So I did 2 bags of the burritos, and then the rest of the mixture that's left in here, I'm gonna put it in this pan, and we're gonna do like a breakfast casserole because I got this much left. And we're just gonna put that in here, and then I'll sprinkle some cheese on the top, and we'll wrap it up in tinfoil and saran wrap and put it in the freezer. And if we have an event or something, or you know, need a quick breakfast one morning, we can just pull this out and eat this as a breakfast casserole. Sprinkle this cheese all around. So these are our cookies after we took them out of the oven, and they are baked. I think I baked them a little longer. I probably could have took them out. They're still chewy, but they would have been really chewy if I had went ahead and took them out, but they turned out good. So I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you got a little bit of inspiration on cooking ahead for your family. And we got 2 bags of the breakfast burritos for the freezer. We got 1 breakfast casserole out of that. And then we got, let's see, I didn't even count these cookies. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. We got 24 cookies for the freezer out of those, and I almost dumped them in the floor. We hope you enjoy this video, and the next time that we come back, we'll be baking up something good. So we'll see y'all in the next video.